So let me address this thing. I've been hearing a lot of people say that you've got to fall in love with the process. It's all about the process. A lot of speakers talk about it's the process, it's the process, it's the process. When you're going after your dream, it's all about the process. That is true on one level. But I'm going to tell you this. The reason why most people don't make it, why they don't achieve their goals or make their dreams, is not because they don't fall in love with the process. They fall in love with the process, but they forget to fall in love with the possibility. The possibility of financial independence. The possibility of better health. The possibility of a meaningful relationship. They forget to fall in love with the possibility. And I'm going to tell you this. It's very, 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 very simple to sign up for a challenging process, to be willing to go through some hard stuff for a while. But then all of a sudden, one too many doors get slammed in your face, right? One too many people break your heart, one too many people leave you, and then all of a sudden, you don't want what you said you want. You convince yourself that it's not for you anymore. You don't want that thing anymore. Well, let me tell you what happens when you fall in love with the possibility. When you fall in love with the possibility, it's like raising your kids. Raising your kids. You know, I have kids of my own, and I have fallen in love with the possibility of what my kids could become. Right? I've fallen in love with that possibility. So the process of parenting, it's hard, but it doesn't really bother me. I'm more than willing to sign up for that whole thing. I'm more than willing to go all the way. It doesn't really bother me. It's like with most parents, they sign up for the whole process. They don't really care about the process because they've fallen in love with the possibility of walking their daughter down the aisle, of driving their son to school. They fall in love with that whole thing. And what does it mean to fall in love? Fall in love, you see, we say, I fell in love. And we think that's where it stops. No, it isn't. The relationships that fall apart, they stuck with that word fell. I fell in love. The ones that keep going, for example, married 50 years, keep going, what happened? Those people are still falling in love with each other. Falling in love, it's happening. It's happening. I fell in love with her 10 years ago. I fell in love with him 5 years ago. Okay, well, how do you feel today? Oh, I can't stand him. I hate him, right? I hate her. I fell in love. Well, are you falling in love with them? Are you still falling in love with them? That's what it is. Falling in love with you've got to fall in love with the possibility. What does that look like? It sounds nice to say, well, fall in love with the possibility, but what does that actually look like to fall in love with the possibility? It means I see myself there already. Right? I see myself walking my daughters down the aisle. I see myself driving my son to school. And because I see myself there, it's easy for me to feel myself there. I've seen it, so I can feel it. I'm in love with it. I'm falling in love with the possibility. What does it mean when you feel something? When you see something, you feel it, right? You've seen it, so you feel. That means you act a certain way today. You move differently today. Because I want to be around to walk my daughter down the aisle, guess what? I have to behave in a way that says that. I've got to watch my health, right? I've got to be around. I've got to watch how I spend my money, how I move around in my life, who I say, what I say, how I treat her, how I maintain my relationship with my family. I've got to watch all that stuff. So because of what I want down the road, because of what I've fallen in love with down the road, it affects my behavior today. Again, I'm kind of skipping over the process because the process is always going to be challenging. You can't get past that, but it doesn't really matter. It's not the highlight. It's not the focal point. The focal point is the possibility. And I fall in love with that whole thing. And that's how you've got to treat your dreams. Fall in love with the possibility means you see it, you feel it, so you behave a certain way today. And that's the reason why most people don't achieve their goals. They don't fall in love with the possibility. They only fall in love with the process. So the process is real. It's important. But the possibility is that matters. That's essential. It's crucial. It's all there really is. That's how people achieve anything in this world. They fall in love with the possibility, and every day, they keep going at it because they can't do anything more. They can't do anything more than fall in love with the possibility and act as though they know it's already done. I just want to leave you with this whole thing. It's interesting, right? The future is really nothing more than a reincarnation of your thoughts and your feelings. That's all you get. That's all the future is, right? My name is Angelo, and I'm the Motivator.